Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Alfiqih Rowandy Yunus with name A1M224056. Today I want to introduce my material is we're talking about what is a story. Story is a narrative that can be true or fictional and is told in its prose or verse. It can be written, read aloud, or made up on the spot, which aims to entertain, attract attention, or teach a lesson to the reader or listener. Talking about elements of story, we have setting, characters, plot, theme, point of view, and conflict. When we talk about setting in a story, we refer to several important aspects, which is time period when the story happens, whether in the past, present, or future. Physical location, the specific place where events unfold from a cozy home to a distant galaxy. Social environment, the social norms, relationship, and societal expectation affecting characters. Uh, and cultural context, the tradition, beliefs, and customs influencing the characters' lives. Next, atmospheric condition. Atmospheric condition, the weather, climate, or emotional tone that sets the mood. Next is historical significance. Major historical event or eras that is shaped to the story's background. Together, these components create a rich and believable world for the narrative. Okay, next is characters. In literature, characters play essential roles, which is protagonist, the main character driving the story, and antagonist, a characters or force creating conflict. Characters can also evolve through the story, which is dynamic characters change through the story. They experience significant change in a personality or perspective. And next is static characters remain unchanged. They remain the same unaffected by the events around them. And next is, oh yeah, lastly, characters differs in complexity, which is round characters. They are complex with detailed personalities, strengths, and flaws. And flat characters are simple and one-dimensional, serving a specific narrative purpose. Each type plays a vital role in shaping the story's depth and progression. Okay, next is plot. In storytelling, plot refers to the sequence of events that drive the narrative forward. It follows a structured path. We got exposition, introduction of characters and setting, establishing the story's background. And next is rising action. Rising action is building tension and complication. And next is climax, peak of conflict and tension, where the story reaches its turning point. And next, falling action. Events unfold after the climax, leading toward resolution. And resolution, final outcome and loose and tie. This structure creates a compelling and well-paced narrative. So, well, you can look this picture and about this. So yeah, it look like rolling coaster, kinda. Next is theme. Oh, hello, Sonic. By the way, in literature, theme refers to deeper meaning or central idea conveyed by story. It includes central idea or message, the core meaning the story communicates. And next is universal concepts, timeless ideas like love, friendship, or justice that resonate with all audience. Moral, uh, moral lessons, ethical insights, or life lessons that the story seeks to teach. Social commentary, critics, or reflection on societal issues. Multiple interpretation, multiple interpretation possible, which is different readers may interpret the story in a various way. Next is supported by story elements. The theme emerges through the plot, characters, setting, and other narrative components. These layers of meaning give stories depth and lasting significance. Next is point of view. Point of view determines how a story is told and from what perspective. First is first person, told from the I perspective, offering a personal and subjective view. Third person limited, focus on one character's thoughts and experience. Third person omniscient, an all-knowing narrator, reveals the thoughts and action of all characters. Second person, use you directly, addressing the reader's less common. Next is multiple perspectives. The story shifts between different characters, viewpoint, offering varied insights. Choosing the right point of view shapes how readers connect with the story. So next is, oh yeah, conflict. When we talk about conflict, the heart of every story, where opposing forces collide. First is person versus person, a battle of wills where rivals clash in the struggle for power of survival. Next is person versus self, an inner war where doubts, fears, and desires tear the soul apart. Next is person versus nature, an unforgiving war, merciless storms, or deadly beasts determined to destroy. Next is person versus society, a rebellion against a curved system when one stands against the many. Next is person versus technology, machines out of control, cold, relentless, and merciless. Person versus fate or supernatural, a cursed destiny of force beyond mortal compression, waiting, watching, and hunting. Conflict is inevitable. So, talking about types of story, we have fiction. Fiction stories are created from the imagination. They include novels, short story, and novellas, and often encompass elements like characters, plots, and settings. Next is, for example, look like this. Uh, this is what a book when I type of book like fiction when I'm reading. Next is non-fiction. Non-fiction stories are based on real events and people. They include biographies, memoirs, essays, and documentaries, and I aim to provide factual information. Fact like this, yeah, there's actually canon event. Story genres. There's so many genres in this story, like including like action, adventure, comedy, drama, horror. Even game have story too. Okay, before starting the questions and answers, I will show you one of the short stories, namely The Enchanted Fish by the Crane Brothers. So get ready. The Enchanted Fish. by Graham Brothers. There once was a fisherman who lived with his wife in a small hut close by the seaside. The fisherman used to go fishing every day. One day, as he sat in his boat with his rod, looking at the sparkling waves and watching his line, all of a sudden his float was dragged away deep into the water. He quickly started to reel in his line and managed to pull out a huge fish. Whoa! This will feed us for the days! Much to his surprise, the fish started to talk and said, "Pray, let me live. I'm not a real fish. I'm an enchanted prince. Enchanted prince, put me in the water again, and let me go. Have mercy, O kind fisherman." The astonished fisherman quickly threw him back, exclaiming, "I don't want to hurt a talking fish. Go on, go where you come from." When the fisherman went home to his wife, he told her, he told her everything that had happened and how, on hearing it speak, he had let it go again. "Did you ask it for anything?" said the wife. "No, I didn't. What should I have asked it for?" replied the fisherman. "I'm surprised you didn't realize what you should have asked it for. We live very wretchedly here, in a nasty and dirty hut. We are poor and so miserable. You should have asked for nice goodies good that. No, go back and ask the fish with that we want a snug little cottage," said his wife. The fisherman wasn't sure about this, but he still went to the seashore, sat in his boat, went to the middle of the sea, and said, "Oh, enchanted beautiful fish, hear my plea. My wife wants not what I want, and she won't give up till she has her own will. So come forth and help me." The fish immediately came swimming to him and said, "Well, what is her will? How I can help you, wife?" "Ah," said the fisherman, "she said that when I had caught you, I ought to have asked you for something before I let you go. She does not like living in our little hut and wants a snug little cottage." "Go home then," said the fish. "She is ready in the cottage." So the fisherman went home and saw his wife standing at the door of nice trim little cottage. Come on in. Look at the beautiful cottage we have." Everything went fine for a while, and then one day the fisherman's wife said, "Husband, there is not enough room for us in this cottage. Go back to the fish and tell him to make me an emperor." "Wife," said the fisherman, "I don't want to go him again. Perhaps he will be angry. We ought to be happy with that, with what the fish has given us, and not be greedy." "Nonsense," said the wife. "The fish will do it very willingly, I know. Go along and try it." With a heavy heart, the fisherman went to the middle of the sea and said, "Oh, enchanted beautiful fish, hear my plea. My wife wants not what I want, and she won't give up till she has her own will. So come forth and help me." "What will she have now?" said the fish. "Oh," said the fisherman, "she wants to be an emperor." "Go home," said the fish. "She's an emperor already." So he went home and he saw his wife sitting on a very lovely throne made of solid gold, with a great crown on her head full 2 yards high, and on each side of her stood her gods and his attendants in a row. The fisherman went up to her and said, "Wife, are you an emperor?" "Yes," said she, "I'm an emperor." "Oh," said the man, as he gazed upon her, "what a fine thing is it to be an emperor." "Husband," said she, "is it good to be an emperor?" They were happy for a while. Then a time came when she was not able to sleep at night, for she was thinking what she should do next. At last, as she was about to fall asleep, morning broke and the sun rose. Ha! Thought she. She woke up and looked at the truck in the window. After all, I cannot prevent the sun from rising. At, at this thought, she was very angry and wakened her husband and said, Husband, go to the fish and tell him I must be a lord of the sun and the moon. The fisherman was half asleep, but the tiger frightened him so much that he fell out of the bed. Alas, wife, said he, cannot you be happy with being such a powerful emperor? No, said she. I'm very easy as long as the sun and the moon rise without my permission. Go to the fish at once. I don't think this is a good idea, said the fisherman. But his wife wouldn't listen to him. Why don't you just go and ask the fish to make me the lord of everything, she said. Then the man went shivering with fear as he was going down to be so dreadful storm arose. The trees and the fairy rocks shook and the sky became black with stormy clouds. There were great black waves swelling up like a mountain with crown of white foam upon their heads. Unfortunately, the fisherman did not have any choice, so he got onto his boat and rowed to the middle of the sea and cried out as loud as he could. Oh, enchanted beautiful fish, hear my plea. My wife wants not what I want, and she won't give up till she has her own will. So come forth and help me. What does she want now? Said the fish. I'm truly ashamed of my wife. Oh, by the way, sorry. I'm truly ashamed of my wife's great, but I can't do anything. She wants to be a lord of the sun and the moon. Go home, said the fish, to your small hut, and it is said that they leave her to this very day. So, that's it. So we get to question and answer. Let's practice. First, multiple choice. What is the main theme in the enchanted fish? A. The importance of family relationships. B. The consequences of unlimited power. C. The risk of greed and ambition. D. The value of hard work. Okay. And 2. How does the fisherman meet the magical fish for the first time? A. He found it on the Grove Street. B. He catches it accidentally while fishing. C. He sees in the dream. D. He found it in the black market. Ooh, scary. So, you got answers? Okay, nice. Next to 3. 3. What is the wife's first request? A. A. To have more food. B. To become a Cinderella. C. To be named Empress. D. To live in a better house. Okay, next is 4. How does the magical fish communicate with the fisherman? A. Through telepathy. B. By speaking like a human. C. By making gestures. D. By reading messages. You got the answers? Okay, next. 5. Who or what is the magical fish referred to be? A. An enchanted prince. B. A witch in a disguise. C. Is just a regular fish with special powers. D. A legendary Pokemon. Haha. Who gotta be? A Magikarp or Gyarados? So, let's go next to essays. 1. From the story, can you describe the personality of the fisherman? Hmm. Okay, 2. How many times did the fisherman visit the fish to make his wild wish come true? How many? Mhm. And 3. How does the background of the atmosphere when his wife asked to be the lord of everything? Maybe like smile or something like happy, good, maybe like that. 4. What happens to the couple at the end of the story? Maybe it's happy or something, I don't know. 5. What moral message do you get when you're reading this story? So what? Okay, do you have the answers? So, and the practice end. So you got the right answers? Hmm. Okay, let's keep. This is the key answers. First is a multiple choice. First is C, 2 is B, 3 is D, 4 is B, and 5 is A. Next is essays. Maybe something right about this sentence if you see correctly. First is like a diligent, kind, humble, always grateful and feels satisfied with what he has. 2 or 3 times like that. So thank you for listening my nonsense like that. I hope you guys doing very well, and that's it. Goodbye.